you follow high school sports? The San Diego Union Tribune's free UT Preps app is the go-to source for your favorite high school sports teams. Get schedules, scores, standings, news, and more right on your phone. Follow your favorite high school team by sport. Share photos and videos right from the game. See rosters and player profiles complete with game-by-game statistics and receive push notifications for game updates. Don't miss any of the action at Oceanside, Chula Vista, Torrey Pines, and many more San Diego schools. Download the free UT Preps app on Google Play or the Apple App Store.
Montel, it is time for state playoffs here on the San Diego Prep Insider podcast. He's Montel Allen from NBA Sports Recruiting, and I am Tommy Morris from San Diego Prep Insider. And I'm pumped. I'm ready to go, Montel. How about you?
Oh, man, I'm excited. We got a great representatives of eclectic teams across the county that's going to represent us in the state bowl. I'm excited. I can't wait to it. I mean, I think all the teams kind of fell into where they were supposed to go. And right now, every team that's playing is on a hot streak right now. So I can't wait to represent us in the state. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it going.
And first and foremost, congratulations to all the teams. First of all, it made it to the finals last week. That's a great accomplishment. And for those of them who won, who are going to be playing on into the state tournament. And we will start with Division 4 because Division 5 has it bye. It is Notre Dame traveling to a team that looks like Notre Dame, Mater Dei.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, I think our Mater Dei right now is the real deal. I think we're playing at a super, super high level. You know, Bishop's a couple of years ago went into the state playoffs, did very, very well. I think this team is better. They're well-rounded. The running game with C.J. Verdell is just outstanding right now. I'm picking us to win this game and go to the next round. The Notre Dame on that side, they're a pretty good team. They got a pretty good, strong following. But I think we're running on the highest cylinders, and I think they've been prepared for this moment since last year as far as advancing. They're not satisfied yet. I think they're ready to keep it going. And I pick us to go ahead and make that move and represent going closer and closer to that state final in Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to pick Mater Dei as well. The best player for Notre Dame is Jaden Gardner. He's a linebacker, but he's going to have his hands full with C.J. Verdell. So I got Mater Dei in this one as well. Moving on to Division 3, it's Canyon coming down to play Bonita Vista at Southwestern College.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this game, especially since we're hosting it at home. Bonita Vista fired on all cylinders last week. I think it was a breakout party for Quentin Harrison as a receiver. Him and Posada seem to hook up very, very nicely. And Canyon, I think they're going to be surprised. Everyone's wondering to see if Bonita Vista is going to be satisfied with just that win and accomplishing the CIF goal and see how far they can move in the state finals. I'm going with Bonita Vista. Of course, I'm sticking with the hometown team. I think the 12th man is going to be a difference. If they continue to play real physical like they've been playing and not take anything, I think Bonita Vista will be perfectly fine. I think the game plan will work. Quentin Harrison is just phenomenal. I mean, last week he just played lights out. Him and Irby, not taking anything away from anybody else, but that was Quentin Harrison's breakout party right there in the CIF championship.
Yeah, I think you talk about the 12th man. I think the man wearing number 22 is also going to have a big part in this game, that being Greg Bell. So I think that he's going to have something to say about this game. But Canyon's pretty good. They got Charlie Traynor at quarterback. He's a good player. He'll impress some people down here from Canyon. I think a big factor is going to be if the suspended players for Bonita Vista are allowed to play. If the suspended players are allowed in the game, I think Bonita Vista will be all right. Without them, it's going to be tight, but I think Bonita Vista wins either way. In our Division 2 game, Montel, we have our first road team. It's Rancho Bernardo heading up north to take on Oak Hills.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oak Hills is a really powerhouse team out there by the Calabasas area. I believe that's where they're located at. Really fundamentally sound. They're kind of the home of the stars. I believe a lot of superstars kids play on that team. They've been very, very successful over the past couple of years. I like what Arby's been doing, though, as of lately, and I've been a big fan. The O-line, they're probably the most complete offense, I think, playing in the county as far as the run game and as far as the throwing game is concerned. I think Devon Valet is going to have a big game against him. I don't think they've seen anything like him right now. And I think Rancho Bernardo keeps going on all cylinders. But they're going to enemy territory. So they got to be very, very headstrong. Those LA teams are going to come with a big crowd, a lot of big cheering over there. They got to really stay focused in order to advance. I think this is going to be a really close game. I'm hoping that Rancho Bernardo can pull it out, especially with the combination of the run game and the throw game. And the defense just got to hold up. If they can hold those guys under 21 points, I think RB has a really, really good chance to win that game.
I'm going to agree with you. I think RB needs their defense, which has been great, by the way, needs to continue to be great. They're going to have one guy they definitely got to look out for at Oak Hills is Jeremiah Lorick. He's their best player. He's a smaller guy, wide receiver. Very difficult to contain him. It's one of the things, you can't stop him, you can only hope, you know what I mean? So hopefully they can limit him to maybe just one score, and then they should be okay. I do think RB will win this game on the road. And so far, hey, we've got all San Diego teams picked.
We're going to roll with the home. We're going to roll with the hometown. So, yeah, absolutely.
Looking good according to us. And then our next road game for the San Diego team, it's Oceanside traveling up to La Mirada.
This is now, La Mirada's a really tough team. I didn't get a chance to look at who the best players, but I was looking at the stats. It looked like they're really physical. I saw a couple of clips on them. Very physical team. They got a couple star players on there. I think they got a really, really solid running back on their team. Oceanside's going to have to continue to do what they've been doing. Play solid defense. Their defense keeps them in the games. For that offense to kind of get it rolling. And Isaiah Papau, hey, man, when he come back, one player does make a difference. He's been Mr. Everything. He's got to continue to be that and lead him and Ozzie Hearns. You're going to have really big games coming into this game, I think, to get over it. I think they get over this hump right here. Oceanside's going to be a dangerous team. But this is going to be one of those guys. This is going to be a tough game for them. That defense just has to show up. Those linebackers have to show up. That D-line's going to have to continue to get pressure. I'm going to go with Oceanside on a slight margin with a win. But I won't be surprised if La Mirada against them. I'm saying La Mirada's a really, really tough team. They're going into this is going to be one of the more difficult games they're going to be playing this year, I believe. But having Pow back, it might make a difference. Since they've got him in the playoffs, since they got him right before, they've been playing lights out right now. So hopefully that continues. The kid's phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to this game. This should be one of the better games, I think, in the playoffs for us for San Diego County teams.
This is going to be a tough matchup. And the reason why it's going to be so tough, La Mirada's got a lot of Division I talent over there. Tavika I don't know if I'm saying it right. Tuoti. Their quarterback, yeah. He's going to go to Wyoming, or he's got an offer from Wyoming, so he's got an offer on the table. Sire Woods is a junior with the Division I offer already. And defensively, Micah Kroom, the safety, he's going to Utah. Keanu Selepaga, he's going to kill me, going to USC, defensive end. Cameron Carr, a linebacker, another great player. And the guy you mentioned, the running back, the one guy without an offer, Seiji Luago. He's very similar to Ty Cottrell. He's shorter. He's about 5'7", not that thick, but he can get it done. So it's going to be a tough matchup for Oceanside, especially on the road. So for the first time, I'm going to pick the out-of-county team and go with that.
I hear you, and I know exactly what you're saying. I'm going to stick with home base on this one. Just because, like I said, I think Oceanside, their scheme has been perfect. Their coaching staff has been a great job the last couple of weeks. They're playing the scheme perfect. But this, like you said, it's going to be a physical team they got to play against. It's going to be a lot of Polynesian, that Polynesian machismo going on in the field, going back and forth with Oceanside and those guys. And I think it's going to be the will to win that really takes it over. I think, like I said, I wasn't a believer in Oceanside at the beginning. I'm going to be the first one to admit it. I thought they had some problems going in, especially in the mid-season. But I'm a believer in Pow. The kid's been playing phenomenal. And I think that team thrives off of him, really big time. I think if he gets hot early, he'll surprise them. I don't care if you're D1 talent or not. He's going to surprise a few guys. But I can see where you're going with La Mirada. I'm going to pull Oceanside up. Let's see if the Pirates can do something in the state playoffs.
All right, Montel. Our final game, a couple of traditional powers. It's Helix traveling up to Orange County to face Mission Viejo.
And Mission Viejo's quarterback is a stud. But he hasn't faced a defense like Helix. I think they got more studs on the defensive side. I think Helix's quest right now is going to state finals. They want to end up in Sacramento. Let's not make no mistake about it. We saw what they did to the Saints. The Saints stuck with them really, really close. I think Thompson is just as good as a quarterback as the guy over the Mission Viejo, with a little bit more of an upswing as far as, can run the ball a little bit more. I think Helix defense is going to dig in the ground and get after him, show a lot of speed. Jahal Woods, Scotty Young, Scotty over there in the defensive backfield. Vineyard, I think they're going to show a lot of grit and grind and try to jump on him early. Mission Viejo can score, though. This can not be that they can score points. They can score them in bunches. Helix has been in, same thing I told you before. They've been here and done that. Coaches have been here and done that. I think they're ready to make that big push and that big move. And let's not forget about Stinson. Man, guy touches the ball, he's a home run hitter anytime he gets the ball in his hands. I think Mission Viejo's going to figure it out the hard way. I think they're going to do everything in their power to try to contain him. Austin's going to get around the corner, make a few big plays, and then all of a sudden they got to go back to traditional defense. And here comes Stinson right around the corner, hitting hard and heavy in the mouth. I'm going with Helix. It's not going to be a blowout. At least I don't think it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be close in the first half. Until Troy Star and those guys figure it out, then I think Helix is going to put the afterburners on and pull away from them.
So I did a little bit of scouting for this game on Tel. Friday night, I settled in and watched Mission Viejo beat Vista Mirada in their finals game on Fox Sports Prime Ticket, which, it was great to be able to see it and actually watch a game. So they're good. Their quarterback, as you mentioned, is Brock Johnson. If that name sounds familiar, it should, because his dad played at UCLA, his uncle played in the NFL, and his grandfather is the head coach there at Mission Viejo. So he's got a nice little family lineage there, all of great quarterbacks. And then their stud player is actually a sophomore. His name is Elijah Griffin, and if his last name sounds familiar, maybe it kind of can, maybe at least the first letter, because Warren G, the rapper, is his father. So he's a great player. He plays both ways. When he's a senior, he's going to be something to mess with. Right now, he's still a little young, still a little raw. Jason Lee, their wide receiver, their go-to guy, good player, tall, lengthy. Isaiah Miller, their running back, another good player. But these guys are all good players, but they're not Helix's players. Helix has them covered. This will be one of the rare times that Mission Viejo is going to be out-athleted, and I don't think they're used to that. It's going to be a very rare occurrence. Brock Johnson, decent quarterback. I think it's saying something, though, that Division I schools are kind of shying away from him with the name and the lineage. If it's even close, they'll take him, and I think it might tell you something if they're not. So I think Helix is gonna be a rude awakening for Mission Viejo, and I think Helix wins this one by a couple possessions, and I think they roll into state.
I'm glad you point that out, and I think Saints prepared Helix for a game like this. To be perfectly honest with you, good athlete or running back. They just faced a great athlete over here over St. Augustine's. I think Thompson, like I said, has a better upswing than Johnson, because Thompson can throw and run the ball. Johnson's what I've seen of him, the quarterback over there, Mission Viejo, he's pretty a standard pocket quarterback with a strong arm. He can throw it. And, Helix has faced the best receivers in our county all year. I don't think there's anything different from these guys, except the one guy's a little bit taller. Scotty's been playing lights out. And, let's not forget the linebacker core for Helix. Wood and Ezekiel have been just playing bar none lights out. Not only in the run game, but they've been able to drop back and pick off a lot of passes from quarterbacks. I think, like you said, he's about to be in for a rude awakening with all the athletes and Helix that's going to be coming at him in the barrage. And Helix is going to put up some points for him. I think it'll be close in the first half. I think Helix has a tendency to make teams feel like they're in it for some reason until they figure it out. And once they figure it out, it's a runaway. And I think they'll run away with it, like you just said. As the game goes on, Helix gets better.
And I will make this one note too, as you kind of mentioned it. If Saints was playing in this game, if they would have won that Open Division Finals, I would pick Saints as well. I think Saints is better than Mission Viejo as well. Maybe even Madison's better than two. I mean, it's just kind of a shame that some of the better teams in San Diego. I would say Mission Hills would have a good shot. Any of those top four teams probably can beat Mission Viejo, and it's kind of a bummer that they're all stuck in the same division and they don't get a chance in state, but that's the way it works.
When you talk about this getting the power rankings, unfortunately, kind of makes us weave out some of our better teams for the best team to kind of go. And it's kind of unfortunate those teams don't get an opportunity. But like you said, let's not take nothing away from Saints, Mission Hills. I think a banged up Cathedral Catholic, they're all healthy. They're good to go. Madison's all good to go. We have a collective of great athletic teams. Like you said, Helix just has more this year. They are really just loaded this year. And I think they're not loaded just for CIM. They're loaded to go all the way to state and face wherever they need to face an open division.
So, Montel, anything to add now that we've gone through all our predictions?
I feel good. I mean, we went 5 for 5 in the championships, or 6 for 6, I should say, in the championship. So, hey.
You went 6 for 6. One of us picked Crawford. So, I
okay. I went 6 for 6 in the championship.
Congratulations to you, yeah.
But you killed me in the playoffs, and I got you in the regular season. So, we went back and forth. But great season. Great overall for San Diego, period. I believe next week we're going to go who we think the top 5 is in some of the positions and some of the poor positions around the county. The guys that we rated that were playing, the great seniors, not all you guys, the underclassmen. We'll get to you guys in further years, but the top guys, top seniors that are coming out. I think, congratulations before we move on. Congratulations to Lucas Johnson over Malcolm Rell getting an offer from Georgia Tech, ACC, big time football. So San Diego State has some competition in keeping him now. And I think now the floodgates are opening for recruiting. We have a lot of dynamic guys that get an opportunity to play at the next level. And I'm excited about that. Not only high school football and the completion of it, but now these guys get another opportunity to go play the game they love and earn their education as well at the same time. So it's good times, man. I mean, as you know, Tommy, it's just a great time for our football and the great athletes that play it, and now let's see them get rewarded for all the hard work they put in during the summer.
Yep, and hopefully we see these San Diego teams get rewarded with some wins on Friday night.
Man, some W's to continue to show. I brag about us all the time how great San Diego football is. That's time to put up or shut up, guys. So I tell everybody up and down the state, I think we bar none. We have the best football in the United States, probably next to Texas and Florida. I think high school football, San Diego is the best.
Yeah, so everyone, please back up Montel. Give him something to brag about.
Man. I'm selling wolf tickets to everybody that listens. We are the best, in California as far as football. And I think we're best bar none to Texas and Florida as of right now. And hopefully we pass Florida and be the best next to Texas. That's going to be a hard one to swallow. But I'm okay. We can be okay being the second. So back me up, fellas, and let's get some wins out there.
Yep, and we will see you all next week, hopefully with a whole bunch of winners.